Hadith 26. Abu Bakr affirms that salvation lies in al-kalima al-tayyibah, la ilaha illallah. An Uthmana qala inna rajalan min ashabih Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam hina tuwufiya hazinu alayhi hatta kada ba'aduhum yuwaswisu qala Uthmanu wa kuntu minhum fabayna anna jalasun marra alayya Umar wa salama falam ash'ur bihi fashtaka Umaru ila Abi Bakrin thumma aqbala hatta salama alayya jami'an faqala Abu Bakrin ma hamalaka ala an la tarudda ala aqika Umara salamahu qultu ma fa'altu qala Umaru bala wallahi laqad fa'alta qala qultu wallahi ma sya'urtu annaka mararta wala salamta qala Abu Bakrin sadaqa Uthmanu qad shagalaka an dhalika amrun faqultu ajalla qala ma huwa qultu tuwaffalahu ta'ala nabiyahu sallallahu alayhi wa sallama qabla an la sa'alahu an najati hadal amri qala Abu Bakrin qad sa'altuhu an dhalika fa qumtu alayhi wa qultu bi abi anta ummi anta ahaqqu biha qala Abu Bakrin qultu ya Rasulallah ma najatu hadha amri faqala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam man qabla manil kalamata lati aradtu ala ammi faraddaha fahiya lahu najah. Is that najahs? I think that's Taja. Okay. So that was narrated by Ahmed Tabrani. I think that's it from people we'd recognize. But Uthman, God to be pleased with him, reports that at the time of the death of the exemplar prophet, prayers to God upon him and wholeness, his companions were so much shocked and grieved that many of them became overpowered with sorrow and doubts of various sorts. Uthman, God be pleased with him, said, I was also of those who were full of grief. Umar, God be pleased with him, came to me and wished me peace. But I too was lost and became aware. I was too lost to be aware of his coming. But he complained to Abu Bakr, God be pleased with him, that I was displeased with him, so much that I did not respond even to his peace. Then both of them came to me and said, and wished me wholeness. And Abu Bakr, God be pleased with him, inquired of me the reason why I had not responded to Umar's peace. I denied having behaved like this, and told them I did not even know of his coming and wishing me peace. Abu Bakr, God be pleased with him, accepted my explanation and said that it must have happened so, and that probably I must have been occupied in some thought, and I confessed that I was indeed lost in deep thought. Abu Bakr, God be pleased with him, inquired what it was, and I submitted that I was worried because the exemplar prophet of God, divine contact upon him in wholeness, had died, and we have failed to inquire from him the basic thing required for salvation. Well, doesn't the Quran say it? Didn't so many sayings of it happen before? But I guess they missed that. Or what about his deathbed speech? Or what about his final speech at the pilgrimage? The three things that he willed the people. One of those three things being forgotten by most of the narrators. Abu Bakr, God be pleased with him, said that he made this inquiry from the messenger of God. Contacted God upon him and wholeness, because people offer benedictions for the prophets, particularly the ones who were the prophet of their age. I got up and praised him, saying that only he was worthy of this honor, because he had always excelled in matters of religion. Abu Bakr, God be pleased with him, then said, I'd asked the messenger of God, divine contact upon him and wholeness, what the most basic thing was necessary for salvation. He had replied that whoever accepts the kalima, that whoever accepts the creed that he has offered to his uncle Abu Talib at the time of his death, but which he rejected, will have salvation. And this kalima leads to salvation. Note, at this, all the Sahaba, radiyallahu anhuma, were so much upset and overpowered with grief and sorrow that even Umar, radiyallahu anhu, in spite of his being so brave, held out his sword in his hand and proclaimed, I will chop up the head of whoever says that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is dead. He is only gone to meet his Allah. Allah is the singular and definitive term for God in Arabic, by the way. I figure most people would know this, but some people might not. As Musa, Moses, alayhi salam, had gone on Mount Dor, some of the Sahaba feared that the death of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam meant the end of Islam. Well, sometimes it's the end of religion under that name, but some thought that there was no longer any chance for the progress of Islam, whereas some were dumbfounded and could not even speak. It was only Abu Bakr who, in spite of his extreme love and attachment with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, remained firm, calm, and steadfast. Not only Ali, the Prophet's grandsons, some of his wives, some others in the community. There was a lot of people, but maybe those most outspoken remained firm, calm, and steadfast. He got up and delivered his forceful address, beginning with the verse, Wama Muhammadu Allah Rasulullah. I'll say the translation, then I'll find it. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is but a messenger, and there have been messengers before him. So if he dies or is killed, would you turn your back on your heels? And whoever turns his back on his heels can never harm God in the least. And God shall soon reward the grateful. And the story has been related. Well, there's more to the story than reciting the verse, but he said, whoever worships Muhammad died, but whoever worships God, whoever follows his religion, that sort of stuff, because really the religion does not depend on that. But this is 4 mentions of Muhammad by name, 1 by his title, but Wama Muhammadun illa rasulun qad qalat min qablihi rusulu afa'in mata qutila anqalamtum ala aqabekum wa man yanqalib aqabihi Shayan wazayan zilahu shakirin. Okay. Okay, I'll find the others while we're going on here. Another point is made in the above-mentioned hadith on what basis essential does salvation depend. It can be interpreted in two ways. First, it means the things of deen, the system of judgment are many, but I'm sorry. But what is that on which all these things of deen depend, and which is indispensable? According to this interpretation, the reply given above is clearly understood. The whole of deen depends on this kalima, which is the fundamental principle of Islam. And so 33. There's a verse that mentions Muhammad in 33. Which verse is it? Isn't there? Oh, okay, there it is. 3340. I thought it was 3340. No, not wa. Ma kana Muhammadun ahadam min rijalikum walakin rasulallahi wa hatama nabiyina wa kana Allahu bi kulli shay'in alima. Muhammad is not the father of any of your men, but he is the messenger of God and the seal of the prophets, and God has full knowledge of all things. Secondly, it can mean that there are hardships in the path of deen, doubts creeping up, and the interference of the shaitan are a constant source of trouble. Worldly needs demand one's attention. How can these be overcome? Or how can these be connected to the religion? In this case, the saying of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would mean that frequent recitation of al-kalima al-tayyibah will help overcome all these difficulties, for it develops sincerity of intention, it cleanses the heart, and causes defeat of shaitan, and has many other benefits. As mentioned in all these ahadith, it is said that one hadith that the kalima la ilaha illallah removes 99 kinds of disaster, the least of which is grief, which is a constant worry for mankind. Now, it can kind of sound mournful. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. But you can feel quite wonderful, sometimes even when you're crying. And 47. Surah 47, Ayat 2. وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَآمَنُوا بِمَا نُزِّلَ عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ وَهُوَ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ كَفَرَ عَنْهُمْ سيئاتهم وَأَصْلَحَ بَالَهُمْ. For those who believe and work deeds of righteousness and believe in the sent down to Muhammad, for it is the truth from their Lord, he will remove from them their ills and improve their condition. And 48 has a verse. Surah 48 has a verse that has all the letters and marks of the Arabic alphabet. 829. Muhammadur Rasulullah Waladina Mahu Washedau Ala Kufare Ruhamau Bainam Tarahum Rukan Sudadam Yam Tanguna Padmamalahi Waridwanan Simahum Fi wujuhihim min athari sujud. Dhalika mathalum fi Tawrati wa mathalum fil Injili kazaran akhraja shat'ahu fazarahu fastaglasha fastawa ala suqihi yuwajibu zura liyaghillah bimukufara wadalladina amanu وعملوا الصالحات منهم مغفرة وأجرا عظيما. Muhammad is the messenger of God. Those who are with him are strong against the unbelievers, but compassionate among each other. Those thou wilt see them bow and prostrate themselves, seeking grace from Allah and His good pleasure. On their faces are their marks, their traces of their prostration. This is the similitude in the Torah, and their similitude in the gospel is like a seed which sends forth its blade and makes it strong, and then it becomes thick, and it stands on its own stem. The sowers and the sowers with wonder and delight. As a result, it fills the unbelievers with rage at them. Allah has promised those among them who believe and do righteous deeds forgiveness and a great reward. And let's see, there's one more verse other than those four. One that mentions it doesn't quite mention Muhammad by name. It mentions him by a title that we okay, is it 58 says Ahmed? Is it 57 that says Ahmed? Okay, I should say this before going, so seal of the prophets, the last exemplar prophet. Okay, I'm a bit dumbfounded here because I thought it was right here. I don't. I should know this one. Oh, okay, that's why. 61. It related to monasticism, Christianity. I'm sorry. So 61:6. وَإِذْ قَالَ عِيسَى ابْنُ مَرْيَمَ يَا بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ إِنِّي رَسُولُ اللَّهِ إِلَيْكُمْ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَّا بَيْنَ يَدَيَّ مِنَ التَّوْرَاةِ وَمُبَشِّرًا بِرَسُولٍ يَأْتِي مِنْ بعد اسمه أحمد فلما جاءهم بالبينات قالوا هذا سحر مبين. And remember when Jesus, the son of Mary, said, "O children of Israel, I am the messenger of God to you, confirming the law before me, and giving glad tidings of a messenger to come after me, whose name shall be Ahmed." But when it came to them with clear signs, they said, "This is evident sorcery." And I mentioned this in my Christ is Lucifer thing. You have John 14:16, 15:26, 16:7, where the Parakletos might be Perikletos, and that refers to Ahmed. I mean, it's the Greek version of Ahmed.